And we're recording. It's a glorious day. See, I was going to give you the countdown of three, two, one. I just said three and just hit record. That's what I'm doing today. Just wanted to throw it out there.
But what's puzzling us is the nature of your game.
I don't know what it is yet. I haven't decided. It's still a
It's
work
not
in
the Hunger Games,
progress.
girl. It's not the Hunger Games, girl. A bunch of fat asses. So we know it's not that.
Uh,
What?
I've
Joe's
dropped
just shaking his head. He's like, "How dare you?"
I've dropped a couple pounds.
Just remember, I'm including myself in that.
I don't care.
You know what I
Just
like to do is take like a screenshot of my hair
be mean.
and put it on Jeremy's head. I want to see what that looks like.
It looks even weirder with the fact that my screen is blurred. The fact that my head looks like it's got nothing on it.
I was gonna say not to be a dick or anything, but your hair on Jeremy's head would look very, very weird.
I think it would be great. I should try to do that
It,
one day.
it would.
Get some Adobe
I wonder just a
Photoshop and
sec.
see what happens.
How
I'm gonna
weird would
have
it
some of my
look?
hair.
It would look so weird.
He's gonna try to adjust his glariness on his end.
It would look so
No.
weird that
Yeah,
Jeremy
the
would
glare is what it is.
say, "Please make me bald again."
Let's
Oh,
see.
funny.
He would say, "That's a better
I
look."
feel like there is something within Zoom
What are you
that
trying
allows
to
you.
do?
I feel like there is
You
like
trying to
goofy
touch
things that
yourself
you.
up?
No. That
I don't
was
like my
last.
background.
That was
So
last night. What are you talking about?
Oh, now Pat's doing the blur now. I'm not blurring shit.
That's because my background is dumb, and you can see my freaking CPAP mask sitting over there. So yeah.
Yes, man, that shows how old us fuckers are. We're old and decrepit. We're all falling
Hey,
fucking apart.
I wouldn't sleep good without that thing. So you're not going to hear me make fun of it.
I've had a sinus infection and I'm trying to laugh. I just feel like every time I laugh, I'm gonna hack up a lung and Luigi's gonna come throw it out of my mouth onto the screen. So I'm trying not to do that, but it's funny.
That would be
So
fantastic.
what he's saying is keep making him laugh.
Yes, I will just pass out and fall over. Please let everybody know I love them. It's okay. Oh, I'll not blur my screen though. No, because it'll make my glorious gray hair look even funkier if I blur my screen.
I insist that you do.
Nope. No, not doing it.
Can you see my manufactured goatee?
Stop. And fans, he said he wasn't going to touch himself up, and what does he do? He gives himself a goatee.
Get myself some big eyebrows.
Oh my fucking god. Well, this is how we're
Alright.
starting off today's show. Yes, this recording's going grand right now. All right.
That's what I was looking for. I thought there was a hair filter, like you could give yourself hair. That's what I was
Here's
gonna
the
do.
hair.
It's gonna give myself hair.
Is that truly a hair filter though, or is it more of a hair add-on? I mean,
You can give yourself lip color too, but I don't think that seems to be working.
just because the only reason I'm saying it is because to say something's a filter usually means that you're trying to remove something, and in your case, you would be trying to add something. So is filter really the right word? You know, I just don't know.
It's got a point.
I
This
just
is true. Yeah, they don't have a hair one, just mustache and lips and eyebrows.
Thank God.
Which is funny.
let's see.
I mean, we can all just be avatars and do the show as avatars. That'd be hilarious.
No,
We should do, we really need to do that one day. We should do like the first 30 minutes of one of our shows, like recordings, as just avatars.
no,
I
shut
think
up.
that'd be great.
Oh my God, Jeremy's at Penn State last week. What?
Somehow my avatar has more hair than I do.
Listen, come on. We all got to do avatar. See?
You people are
I gotta fix mine. Mine looks weird.
People
My
See
eyes
my-
look too close. My eyes are too close together as an avatar. looks, looks like I might have some kind of something going on.
hair. I gotta change my hair. That's what I gotta do because it's
I don't
longer
know.
now.
I don't know how to do that, and I'm not going to bother.
Professor Johnson, please.
I'm going to say Joe
Uh,
looks like a undistinguished, distinguished gentleman in that thing because you do have the look of a college professor from your neck up, but like the clothes are betraying that. Like whatever that is you're supposed to be wearing there is not something that a college professor could get away with wearing.
Reminds me of an
Not if
outfit
he
that
wants to be taken
freaking.
seriously.
all right, here we go.
Oh,
There's some
God.
long hair.
Okay, now you look like a beatnik hippie.
Yeah, we're rocking. and
Dude, I
rolling
went to
now.
Woodstock back in the 60s. It was fantastic.
Yes, it was
Well, no,
spectacular.
because nobody who went to Woodstock is still alive. I killed them.
All right, let's get back to normalcy here. All right.
Back to
All right.
normality? That ain't happening anytime soon. We're over.
Yeah.
All right, Pat, you had a subject. You mentioned you had something that you wanted to talk about. Let's start off with something
Yes.
you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, first
I
I
was.
First I want to bitch about the fact that the only football games I can watch today are the Broncos, Eagles, Cowboys, Jets, and Commanders, Chargers. What a shitty slate of games.
All right, you get the Eagles game. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Might as well
that
go to
was.
sleep.
This was one of those weeks where I knew I wouldn't be able to see the Giants game because they're playing at 1 o'clock on CBS, and the Eagles are also playing at 1 o'clock on CBS. So you just know you can't see the Giants then. When you're somebody who only has like the local affiliate stations, so it's like, yeah.
Well,
And then of course I'll be able to see the Giants on Thursday if I want to see the Eagles destroy them, which I will subject myself to watch because I am an idiot.
it's what you do when you're a fan of a team.
Exactly.
Playing a rival.
Now, in 2 weeks, the Giants play at 4 o'clock on CBS against the Broncos. When do the Eagles play that day? 1 o'clock on Fox. So there's a chance I could see that game, but probably not because it's a 4:05 game as opposed to a 4:25 game. So that means it's a Fox doubleheader day. So they probably won't show that game. This is why I hate the NFL, and this is of course why I absolutely refuse to pay for a fucking Sunday ticket when they want you to, spend basically 3 weeks salary. So yeah.
I don't know if I called all that, but right on.
It was basically saying the NFL sucks, Sunday ticket sucks, and everything is too expensive.
So,
And if you have any questions about points 1 or 2, see point 3. Everything is too expensive.
let's
Indeed.
before you get into your point, speaking about, like, you mentioned that you have the Eagles as a possible watch, and I wouldn't blame you if you don't watch it because being a Giants fan, why the hell would you want to watch the Eagles play football?
I mean, the Cowboys Jets is the bigger abomination. Broncos Eagles can be a good game. The Cowboys Jets is the kind of game that will probably make even fans of those teams want to chew their own feet off. So
Yes. Well, yeah, considering the Cowboys and who did they play last week?
they played the Packers on Sunday night and they ended up
Played the
tying,
Packers.
which I didn't even realize until like noon the next day. I went to bed assuming that the Packers had won for some reason.
Yeah, they tied, what, 40 to 40 or 45 or some crazy ass score.
Yeah,
It's like, this is ridiculous. But I
Cowboys
happen
clearly
to
have no defense.
So, as far as a quarterback goes, Jalen Hurts, I've not always been a big fan. I think he's definitely better than I thought he was when he first came into the Eagles program, and that, seeing how he played last year, how he did, but the Eagles overall, as an Eagles fan, are off to, I don't want to say a slow start, but their offense has not been great.
You have
They
an
look
offensive coordinator though too this year, don't you?
They look discombobulated.
I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember.
I think you guys have a new
Because-
offensive coordinator this year.
But they're just, they look like they can't get anything together and put anything, string anything
Consistent?
together. They get big plays sometimes, whether it's a run, whether it's a pass, like they'll get big plays, but they're not getting anything consistent. AJ Brown doesn't see a lot of touches sometimes. Like his first game, I think he had one touch. And I was like, what the
Devontae
hell's
Adams
going on?
also, because he's on my fantasy team, he doesn't get shit
Yes.
touched either.
I was just like, it's been a very interesting season, but I hate the fact that, and I came across this because the Bucks game was like, even though they put up 31 points, the Bucks game, if you look at Jalen Hurts stats, and I'll just go to that real quick. Player stats. Jalen Hurts, he was 15 for 24 with 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not by any means like the greatest stats ever. I mean, pass completion percentage, good, 15 out of 24, that's, above 50%. But 130 yards is not anything great, and I think most of those came in the second half after he decided to start throwing. But the it's just funny. Like, this Bucks fan was evaluating the game. He's like, "Look at that, a 5-year pass by Jalen Hurts, so good." Like, I'm just like, dude, this season you can't compare. You can't judge a quarterback on the beginning of one season, especially if there was changes made to, an offensive coordinator and the way that they're doing their offense. Like, am I going to sit here and say Jalen Hurts is the top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now? No, I'm not going to say that. Is he probably top 10? Yeah, I'd say he's definitely top 10 if you look at the other quarterbacks around the league. But
Yeah, he's top 10 quarterback.
But it's just, it's just like these fans, like, they're so many fans, like, and if you watched our podcast or at any point in time, I'm a very realistic fan. The Eagles are doing what they need to win games right now. Hopefully they figure it out overall and can start winning games through consistent offensive play and good defensive plays, which what they had last year, and that's why they were able to win the Super Bowl, because they were consistent on both ends of the ball. Right now, they're very inconsistent on the offensive end, which is making their defense have to work a hell of a lot harder than what it should, especially when you got pieces that have gone away, like Darius Slay and things of that nature, and your secondary is not what it was. Now you got a couple rookies in the defensive secondary, which is not always a good thing for a defensive team. So it's interesting. I'm gonna look that up because I am interested to see. I'm gonna talk to my phone here.
Your team has been in the part where you guys have been very inconsistent. Your defense is keeping you in games, and your offense gets spurts to then pull ahead to take leads, and then your defense holds, which is good, but it's not ideal.
So yes, the Eagles
do
have a new offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, who had been their passing game coordinator the prior 4 seasons. He, of course, replaced Kellen Moore, who parlayed his one season as the Eagles offensive coordinator into the head coaching job with the Saints. Good luck to him.
Yeah,
teams
Saints are not doing so well right now.
It's not a quarterback. No. So, but anyway, through 4 weeks, the Eagles ranked 30th in total offense, 15th in rushing, 31st in passing, 25th in yards per completion, 29th in yards per rush, despite being 15th in rushing, and dead last in 3-and-out rate and explosive plays. So, okay, not piling on here or anything, but because their offense looked pretty pathetic in 2 of the 4 games they played, that means the Giants have a better 3-and-out rate and explosive play rate than the Eagles do. And again, 2 of the 4 games the Giants played, their offense was completely MIA. So yeah, those aren't good trends, but like you said, it's only been 4 games. The problem is you only have 17 games in a season, and fans get very impatient very fucking fast.
Yes. It's one of those things, if your team wins the Super Bowl, you're going to have a ton of haters the next season.
You also have an expectation to get back to the Super Bowl. So
yeah, there's the expectation by fans, by your fans to get back to the Super Bowl. And then there's the haters that come out of the freaking woodwork saying how bad your team actually is and judging them on everything that they do. And I get it, if your team looks kind of shitty, but they're winning, they're going to call them out on that. And I get that. But that's haters. Like, I only hate on certain teams. I hate on the Chiefs a lot because I have to, because I feel like the game has been rigged in their favor a lot over the last, 5 years.
Yeah, here we go with the conspiracies.
Hey, I'm a big conspiracy fan big conspiracy person when it comes to sports, because there's too much betting that goes on in sports.
Oh yeah, now even more than before.
The betting in sports is most assuredly out of hand. So yeah. By the way, this video is sponsored by
coincidences when you're looking at certain things like money lines and like point spreads, like all of a sudden the team can't score.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, like, like I said, the betting is definitely way out of hand. By the way, this video is brought to you by Fan Kings and Draft Duel. And yes, I said them juxtaposed intentionally.
Yes, we don't need we don't need them coming after us like, hey, we don't sponsor your damn videos. But yeah, it's just it is what it is. I expect it. I just think it's funny that it was a Bucks fan. Like, dude, the Bucks suck. Get over yourself.
Well, the Bucks aren't that bad.
Yeah, I think it would have helped if they would have had Mike Evans, but he's out injured. Yes.
Well, don't they have Ekbuga and Godwin still, or is one of them?
Godwin's
Yeah.
injured, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Godwin's
just have,
yeah, I was gonna say because
yeah,
I know I keep seeing Ekbuga's name. I know he's a rookie.
yeah. He's been getting a lot of the stuff and
Yeah.
the tight
He's looking
ends.
like a superstar right now because he's the only one that freaking he has to pass to.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'll explain it. Well, it's like, hey, I mean, that was like the Giants with Malik Neighbors. Womp womp.
And let's just be honest. When it comes to shit, now his name just slipped out of my head. Their freaking quarterback at Tampa Bay.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield. I've always been a fan of Baker Mayfield, but let's be perfectly honest. When push comes to shove, when Baker Mayfield has to make decisions, certain types of decision in pressure type games, he usually doesn't always make a good decision. Hence, the bad throw that he made at the end of the game that possibly could have got them a touchdown and got them closer to a possible win because they lost by 8. So but that's if you look at Baker Mayfield's history, he has a history of those type of plays, making bad throws when they mean the most. So
At
there's a
times,
reason-
yes.
there's a reason why he's been on multiple teams.
Well, let's give him some credit.
I do.
Look where he got drafted. Quarterback hell. And he went from fucking the Clowns to Tampa Bay, and you look at his stats from both places, his stats have improved hugely. He's played
Yeah.
way better.
Like I
under
said,
Tampa.
I've always been a fan of
But-
Baker Mayfield. I like the way he carries
Yeah.
himself. I think he is. I'm not going to say he's a class act because I don't think he's a class act, but I think he's a very energetic, very charismatic quarterback, and I like that. But he has a certain type of history. You can't sit there and deny that. So
but I want Cleveland to win today. I need the Browns to win.
I'm okay if they beat Minnesota. Doesn't hurt my feelings. My
It helps me
wife's
standing
one
wise.
uncle is a Vikings fan, so they can lose 2 in a row. That way I can laugh at him. Be like, dude, you're a Vikings fan.
Cleveland beating Minnesota just helps my team. That's all. Puts
Yes,
Minnesota
yes, yes.
further down the standings. That's what I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for.
Well, you still have to go through Green Bay, so you get your work cut out for you there, Bears.
So sick of hearing that. Fucking shit team. Can't stand it
Well,
anymore.
until one of the other teams can get their shit together and put together an actual full team. Sorry, Bears. Like you just
Hey,
been on the struggle bus for quite a few decades now. I feel.
I think we do have our quarterback. Just this offense is going to take time. I just didn't like blowing a lead against Minnesota in week 1. We should have been able to hold on to win that game, but we fell apart. Defense mostly, and the offense in the second half.
Well, I know
But-
there's that's good that you still feel good about your quarterback because I know I know people are trying to throw the dirt on like Bryce Young again. And to be fair, it doesn't look like Bryce Young playing well. He's 26th in QBR, I see here, but
There's another situation. Like, I don't think being in Carolina, it's kind of like up there. Fox, it's always Carolina. So I see a lot of Carolina games. But with that being said, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just don't. Everything they've done to try to help him is just really not in the right direction, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe sometimes it's just they need a change of scenery. Look at Daniel Jones.
It could be for Bryce Young. I mean, he's gone through a bunch of head coaches already, offensive coordinators.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
They've
that
done
probably has as much to do with it as anything else. Yeah.
they didn't they've done stuff to help the offense, but it's still a work in progress. Like they're not gonna it's gonna be one of the things when his rookie contract's getting near the end where it's gonna be like if they don't make significant improvements to that offense within the next 2 years, I would be looking for somewhere else to go.
I mean, they obviously tried to give him some receiver help. They drafted McMillan in the top 10.
Yeah.
They drafted Trevor Etienne in the mid rounds. I don't know what else they have at running back right now. Um, they've scored 10, 22, 30, and 13 points so far this year. And you could argue they've had a somewhat difficult schedule. I mean, Jacksonville's been playing pretty well. Arizona isn't bad. New England's been playing decently. So, but
Their
losing
defense
40,
is iffy too. Yeah,
well, that's the thing.
another
Losing
thing.
42 to 13 to New England is probably not great. It's like losing 26
No.
to Jacksonville, losing 27-22 to Arizona. It's like those you can probably accept on certain levels. And hey, they shut out the Falcons. So,
By the way, can the Bears beat the Commanders next week, please?
no, shut up.
Yes, they should.
But
They need to.
the Panthers are playing the Panthers are playing the Dolphins today. Like, talk about a game where you need to have a good showing, especially since the Dolphins are without their biggest offensive weapon, since his leg looks like a piece of spaghetti right now.
I've read a heading, and I don't know how true it is, that he's only going to be out for 3 weeks now.
No, he's out for the year. They already put him on the IL. He's done on the IR. He's
IL
gone.
IR football.
Yeah, whatever. I'm still used to the DO.
Yeah, I know. See, they had it into IL, and now it's more easy to confuse it with the NFL's IR. NBA, CIA, FBI, OSS.
Yeah, he has like 3 torn ligaments in his knee.
And his leg was seriously bent in a way a leg is not supposed to bend.
Yeah, dislocated kneecap and all that shit.
I caught sight of it accidentally when watching like a recap video a couple days ago, and I was immediately like, my skin was crawling. So it's like, yeah, it was not pleasant.
I saw a still picture. The bottom half of his leg from his knee down was facing the wrong direction.
Right.
I was like, ugh!
Exactly.
That's disgusting.
Just like that.
Yeah, it was not.
Chuba Hubbard has been the primary running back for the Panthers, for what that's worth.
He's injured though. He's out today.
Well, I guess Etienne or Rico Dowdle will have to step up.
Yeah, those two guys.
I think the only thing more disgusting that I saw of an injury was a college game where the guy jumped up, came down, and his foot broke his leg at the bottom, and his entire the bone came right through.
Well, let's.
I was like, oh my god.
Let's stop that now. So
we will, but yeah, that was probably the only thing that was more disgusting as far as injuries that I saw. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I hate when and it's like they. I wish that they would not replay those things 1,000 times. Just talk about it. You don't have to show the replay on Sports Center and this. It's like just mention that this person suffered a horrific injury during their game.
Well, SNL did a sketch a few years ago like that, where Pete Davidson was playing the team's, I think they said like 4th or 5th string quarterback, which of course is an impossibility. And he comes in and he immediately gets sacked, and his knees go like this, like he bends, like his knees bend this way, forward instead of backward, And then it's supposed to be like during like a telecast of like Sunday Night Football, and they're like, "Oh my god, I've never seen it like bend that way. Let's take another look." And then they show it again. It's like, oh, that is very hard to watch. It's like, oh, it's totally unsettling. It's like, yeah, we are not going to show that to you again. from that angle. Let's take a look at this alternate angle.
I know. It's so hilarious.
And then, like, at the end of it, it's like, they have him, like, on the stretcher, and, like, it's obviously, like, they rigged, like, fake legs, and they're, like, twitching and shit. It's, like, it's funny, and at the same time, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because and they always try to preface it now with what we're about to show you may be disturbing to some people. If you are not comfortable with the images, you may want to turn off the channel for now or turn away. If you have small children, it's like just don't show it. It's okay.
I know. It's insane. Like
If you got to give that many disclaimers on TV, live TV, about showing an injury to a player in any sport, you can just not show it. It's okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right. So since we're still talking about football, I feel like your thing that you wanted to talk about was football related. Is it football related?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Well, Pat, the floor is yours. Let's hear what your gripe is.
Okay. Did you ever see the movie Blue Chips?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So that movie, which starred Nick Nolte as a struggling college basketball coach who sells out and lets the evil boosters, buy the players who were played by Shaq and Penny Hardaway and some other guy.
He was innocent. He didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not with them. Everything. But anyway, there's like one part early in the movie where like the team is still struggling before he sells out, where he's seeing like the editorial on TV of the guy saying like, "It is time to tell Coach P. Bell to take a hike." I just always remember that because the guy was like the guy who played like the TV guy was so obnoxious and everything. Well, it is time to tell James Franklin to take a hike. That was the most inexcusable loss I have seen in college football since Appalachian State beat Michigan. Okay? You do not come into a season with national championship aspirations, lose a tough game to a very good opponent at home in a psyched out, whiteout environment and everything, and then fly across the country to play a winless team that's got a half full stadium. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. A half empty stadium. That sounds worse than half full. Who has already fired their head coach and is winless. That is not a game you can lose. And not only did they lose, they lost it pathetically. They were down 27-7 at one point. They only came back thanks to help from a blocked punt return for a touchdown. They looked so ill-prepared to play. The defense couldn't stop them. The defense couldn't tackle. They were not ready for an onside kick. They were not ready to play. I understand it can be a tough environment when you have to fly out to fucking California and play a game that kicks off at 12:30 local time. But when you have a team that collectively is not ready to play, that is 100% on the coaching staff. And James Franklin is a good recruiter, and he's been a great cheerleader, but he has proven time and time again he is a bad coach. He does not strategize well. He does not game plan well. He does not have good play calling, whether it's on him or the coordinators, but ultimately he's responsible for the coordinators because he picks them. James Franklin sucks. He will never win anything important as long as he is at Penn State. 4-21 or whatever the fuck it is against ranked teams or top 10 teams. All right, I lost it. There was a stat that showed just how pathetic their loss was yesterday. And oh wait, hold on. I remember where it is now. I will find it. While I'm looking for it, elaborate.
Yes.
I was just going to say, fans, if you're not ready for that and your ears are bleeding, we apologize.
You know what? If your ears are bleeding because I raised my voice a little, that means you got weak ass ears. All right, ain't my fault.
Yeah, I did not tune into any college football yesterday, but so I just took a look at that. I did remember that they were playing UCLA, which I didn't realize UCLA was that bad. But yeah, that's terrible to go and the talk was already out there about, is James Franklin going to be around next season? He may
Well,
not even last this season.
we'll get to that. So
He may not even last through this season. We'll see.
no,
But yeah,
we'll get to that, unfortunately. So anyway, this is what I wanted to say. Since 1936, 13 years before my father was born, only 4 teams ranked in the AP top 10 have lost to a team with a record of 0-4 or worse. The last time it happened was in 1985 when UTEP beat then number 7 BYU. So you had a loss occur that literally has only happened 4 times in history and hadn't happened since I was not even in kindergarten. Okay? That's how pathetic their loss was.
And it's been a long time since
Like
we've
in
been in
addition to all the
kindergarten,
stats I
folks.
could throw out, like the time of possession and the like I said, the onside kick and the fucking fumble right at the beginning of the second half, which I think UCLA was able to kick a field goal off of. Just all kinds of shit, all kinds of shit. Where was it real quick? Time of possession: UCLA held the ball for 39-17 out of 60 minutes. It is very, very hard to win a football game when you are beaten 2-1 in time of possession. It's almost impossible to be beaten 2-1 in time of possession in a 60-minute football game. The only team that I knew that I was able to win consistently doing that was the no huddle offense Buffalo Bills of the 1990s.
Or the run and shoot offense of the Atlanta Falcons.
So, yeah, just terrible. Now, Jeremy, you're talking about how is James Franklin going to survive this season or after this season? Well, I got
2 words for you.
56 million reasons as to why he's not going anywhere.
okay.
That's what his buyout is.
It's 56 million
It's $56 million
to
because
buy him out.
Yeah.
to buy him out of his contract, they would have to pay him $56 million
Yep.
because he signed a 10-year, $85 million contract extension in 2021 that goes through the 2031 season. And I
So
remember at the time thinking that that was insane, but I think at the time there was some real legitimate concerns that he could go flirting back to an SEC team. I don't remember which one. It might have been LSU at the time, frankly. I really can't remember. So heading into this season, Franklin had a $56 million buyout per 24/7 Sports. This is from a Sports Illustrated article. There is no indication Penn State has any desire to move on from Franklin, but the coach's financial details make this idea an impossibility, even if the program wanted to make a change. And that's just it. They'd have to pay him $56 million to go away, and then they'd have to shell out another huge contract to whatever fucking coach they decide to hire. So he's not going anywhere. And again, 4-21 is Penn State's record against top 10 opponents under James Franklin. That record will, of course, go to 4-22 in a few weeks when they go to Columbus. I didn't give them any chance of winning that game before yesterday's debacle. Now I give them a less than zero chance of winning that game. Shit, I don't know if they're going to be able to go to Kinnick Stadium and beat Iowa because that's kind of a house of horrors traditionally for Penn State, or at least it's been the site of some very high profile bad losses for them. And I don't fucking know if they're going to be able to beat Indiana the week after they play Ohio State. This was supposed to be the team to challenge for a national championship. They've shown absolutely no indication that they ever could. And that was from fucking week 1 against Nevada. They never looked like a team that was really capable of doing it. It wasn't gelling. It wasn't coming together. And I don't know why. They have so much talent. Why hasn't Aller been better? Why haven't the running backs been better than they haven't been as good as they were last year? They finally had some decent receivers this year, we thought. Yeah, they lost Tyler Warren. Yeah, they lost Abdul Carter. This has just been an inexcusable, just absolute horror show. So Now I
Yeah.
got another fucking year of watching fucking Ohio State and Oregon and who the fuck else is ranked high? Miami and Mississippi and Oklahoma and Texas A&M and
So I, the the thing that's interesting to me, and I'm not going to say that they don't deserve contracts or to be paid money. College coaches are under an immense amount of pressure to perform and perform fast and win national championships and win league championships and stuff like that. I get it. Um, it's not an easy job. I mean, it might be harder than being in a pro position, from that standpoint. I feel like professional teams fans are a little bit more forgiving. Um, but to give somebody an $80 million contract extension for 10 years and then for them to agree to a buyout clause in that contract of 56 million is absolutely ridiculous. Like it doesn't even come close to like this makes sense. This is a good deal for us. Um because let's just I mean, and I'm sure that goes down as the years get closer to the end of the contract. I'm sure it's, rated on how much. Um but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like I could see maybe 30 million, you know, like I'll never understand it. Like, college coaches, in my personal opinion, not saying they don't deserve to get paid, but they definitely get paid way too much. Just like I said, my personal opinion on that.
well, it's not again that there's like a buyout clause, I think, per se. It's that you sign them to a contract. You're saying you're going to coach our team for 10 years. We're going to pay you 85 million for those 10 years. And there's just like the natural language that's like, because this is a contract, if you want to get rid of me, you have to pay me to get rid of me. So I don't think it's like so I think it just be like the normal terms of the contract. And because like what did I say was 10 years, 85 million. So that's 8.5 million per year. So there's 6 full years remaining after it. Six times 8.5 is 51. So beginning of the season, yeah, it was actually probably a little higher than 56. Um, so like maybe that's what it is now, like prorated as we're into the season or whatever. But yeah. But again, this is the business of college football. I mean, okay, I'll do this because this is piquing my curiosity now. Um
So here's the question I have for you guys. When it comes to Penn State and it comes to James Franklin, do we believe, is there a possibility that based on the fact that they are starting to have the kind of season that we didn't expect, has he lost the players? Like, has he lost the locker room? And based on just UCLA's performance, the performance that they put on against UCLA, like, on paper, they're by far a better team. Like, did they lose him? Or has he lost that lock? Has he lost those students?
Ooh,
I don't think
probably
so. I
getting
think
close.
I think it's much harder to lose a college locker room than it is a pro locker room. Um, I'm not real sure, but um, James Franklin at $8.5 million per year is only the 13th highest paid college football coach.
Yeah, I know. He's not even.
Here are the people ahead of him. Kirby Smart, Georgia, 13,282,000. Dabo Swinney, Clemson, 11.132 million. Steve Sarkisian, Texas, 10.6 million. Lincoln Riley, USC, just over 10 million. Ryan Day, Ohio State, just over 10 million. Mike Norvell, Florida State, 10 million. Kalen DeBoer, Alabama, 10 million. Brian Kelly, LSU, 9.975 million. Mark Stoops, Kentucky, just over 9 million. And it's funny, I was just seeing an article about people upset with him because Kentucky's going nowhere, and some rumor about he wants the buyout. He doesn't want to be there or something. So anyway, uh, Lane Kiffin, Mississippi, Elijah Drinkwitz, Missouri, and Josh Heupel, Tennessee, all make 9 million a year, and then you get to Franklin at 8.5. Now, I guess what you could be interesting is that Franklin is currently making more than Dan Lanning of Oregon, Brent Venables of Oklahoma, Mario Cristobal of Miami, and Mike Elko of Texas A&M, and everybody else is kind of, yeah, and Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame. But I'm not surprised Notre Dame's not exactly among the leaders in college football salary. I think that's one of the reasons Brian Kelly left Notre Dame for LSU, of course. What's also funny is that number 17 on this list was Mike Gundy of Oklahoma State, but of course he just got fired. Sorry, it's not that I'm laughing at Mike Gundy, but no, I'm laughing at Mike Gundy because fuck that guy.
Oh, indeed.
So yeah, Penn State's between a rock and a hard place. This is of their own making, because again, they were so terrified to lose him that they gave him this contract. And I'm pretty sure I said even then, because I think even then my frustration was complete with him not being able to win big games and only. Again, the way I've always said it is that Penn State under James Franklin wins the games it's supposed to win, and it doesn't win any of the games it's not supposed to win. The problem now is now they lost a game they were supposed to win. So yeah, but again, what I was trying to say is I'm pretty sure even when they signed him that contract extension, I'm pretty sure I was pretty pissed off because I said he's not good enough. He doesn't win big games. This is ridiculous. Blah blah blah. So yeah. Like I said, when the polls come out around 2 o'clock this afternoon, actually, Jeremy, Joe, and I were discussing this before you came on. I would be curious to see if they're still ranked. In my view, they should not still be ranked.
No, not if you lose to an unranked team that hasn't had a win yet.
Yeah, an unranked winless team. Yeah,
you should definitely
and,
drop
and the
out
three
of
and the three
the
wins
top 25.
and the 3 wins they have are not exactly impressive. Nevada, Florida International, and FCS program Villanova. So it's like you don't fucking deserve to be ranked.
Yeah, you haven't beat a big name school.
Just because you almost beat Oregon, who's ranked number 2. The fact is though that that was a home game. You looked like shit for most of that game, and you still lost. So you don't get effort points. So
Why not? I want a trophy.
I'll give you a trophy. I'll show you a finger, Trebek.
Guess what, guys?
Yes.
We're gonna play a game today.
Ooh, a game.
I don't want to.
For me.
Can we play?
Is it sports trivia? Because I suck at sports trivia.
No. It has to do with wrestling.
I was gonna say because it just showed up in my Facebook feed. Can we play? Guess the reason this guy was fired from WWE?
No.
Are we talking about Andrade?
Andrade.
That dude flip flops wrestling companies like he changes his underwear.
Well, just to interlude to that real quick before
the mid-carder of the
shouldn't get out of the way.
Mid-card lifer.
Before Joe goes on, he was reportedly fired from WWE for wellness policy violations. WWE apparently was so just pissed off at him that they said, get the fuck out of here. We won't even enforce on the standard 90-day no-compete clause, which is why he's already back on AEW. Now, the fact that AEW brought him back so quickly after he was reportedly fired for a wellness policy violation, and given his own prior history with AEW, where he was getting into backstage fights to try to get fired, I think it'll work out this time.
I'm so curious to what happened with that conversation between Andrade and TK. And here's the thing: which wellness
Sammy's only on doing ROH now, so you'll never see him.
Which wellness policy did he violate? That's what I want to know. Because this wellness policy WWE has could be very yeah.
Well, that's the thing. How much have we even actually really heard about what the wellness policy over the last several years? It's like it really had gotten to the point where it's like, do they still have a wellness policy? Are they still enforcing it? What does it take to get a wellness policy violation these days? Because sorry, I'm not trying to be like a dick or be cynical, but I find it very unlikely that you have nobody on that roster using something would not trigger a violation. It's just
I have a feeling their wellness policy has to do with illegal substances such as narcotics of some sort.
Well, yeah, that one, that see that I have absolutely no problem with. You got a guy who's doing like anything like harder than marijuana, basically. You got people that are like doing like coke or doing, I was gonna say crack, but that's the same thing. You have somebody who might be like doing something like really fucking stupid like meth, or if you find somebody who's got like, then that's obviously no good. But yeah, it's like I wonder how much they're really scanning for like prescription drug abuse, that kind of
But
shit.
it's the other thing too is like if people have brought up kind of like how jacked Andrade is. I really don't think it has to do with that because I think uh, unless you're doing illegal steroids of some sort, um, honestly, these days you can go to a doctor and get, you know, testosterone,
Yeah.
um, what the fuck do they call it now? Replacement, right? They take your blood levels every month, every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. It depends what you do.
You mean the
And
shit with the rocks on?
there's a lot of people who do it, yeah. And
No, I'm just
yeah. Listen, I would not be surprised if he has. Like seriously, like for his age, I get you work out a lot and you work heavy, but that's a big toll and a big strain on your body at your specific age. I don't give a shit how much you eat, how much you take care of yourself, how clean you eat, supplements, recovery. That's still a big fucking huge toll on your body. So if you're not taking some of that to help your body recover properly, you might not be taking trues, a testosterone replacement, but he's taking something to help his body recover faster because all the shit he does traveling, and things of that nature, that's a lot of humans would be like fucking dead, sleeping. I mean, not dead, but like, passed out dead, like fucking sleeping and shit because they would not have the stamina or the energy to do that shit at his age. So he probably is. If he ever admits it, great. If he does it, whatever. People will still talk about it and see if he does. But if you're like, look at AJ Styles, he was a little injured. He was one size, he came back and he was bigger. Can you do that without taking any testosterone supplements? Replacement, I should say. Yeah, absolutely.
I can.
But you can buy supplements that, creatine and other things to help you, get bigger too. But I mean, it's done by so many people of a certain age anymore, actors and just normal people just to want to feel healthier and stay healthier as long as they can. To me, I don't see the big deal in regards to it. You get your blood work done, you're on certain stuff the doctor is going to prescribe based on your blood work, and that's what's going to work for you. So, I mean, it is what it is. Ooh, excuse me. I don't care if as long as you're not taking the illegal shit and doing stupid shit like that, that's going to really harm your body. Then if you're doing that, then you're just a fucking idiot. But if you're not, then it is what it is. It doesn't make a difference. I don't really care. I mean, look at Brock. Brock's come back like fucking jacked Brock is. Brock's probably doing it too. He's not dumb enough to do illegal shit, but he's one that would go to the doctor and get his blood work done and make sure everything is right just because of his diverticulitis and all that stuff. You don't want to screw around with that and all that other shit. So,
Brock is
but
also the kind of person that if he wasn't that big, he would be afraid that would mean that somebody would come to kill him. That's why he lives on that fucking farm, in the middle of fucking nowhere in Saskatchewan. So
I wouldn't mind living on a farm in the middle of nowhere either.
I
I'm,
would.
I'm gonna be
I, got-
honest.
I
It
gotta be I
wouldn't.
gotta be somewhere close to something that classifies as civilization. I can't live that remotely.
Well, I would say this. I would need to live within 30 to 45 minutes of civilization to be able to get stuff.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed and something popped up here where it's a very angry-looking, bald, goateed man working at a Cold Stone Creamery, and he's handing a cup of ice cream over. And of course, it says, it's an AI image, of course, but it's
Of
Austin,
course.
of course, and it's Austin, and of course, and the caption says, "Cold Stone, Steve Austin."
Of course. I had a feeling that was coming.
Well, goddamn, son, why don't you say so?
All right. So what's this game that we're playing here,
Yeah.
Holmes?
What's this game we're gonna play supposedly?
Yeah. Yes. Fucking supposedly. I fucking put time and effort into this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, real quick before we go there, because
Holy
this is also hysterical.
God.
With Purdue losing to Illinois yesterday,
Yes.
it continued a string of Purdue losing every game that has followed the release of a Taylor Swift album. And I've got a chart to prove it.
We really have a fucking stat for Purdue football, college football team losing every single time a Taylor Swift album gets released. Like, this is some factual shit we got going on here.
Some people have
Apparently
way
so.
too much time on their hands.
11 times going back to 2006.
It's a lot of time on their hands.
I mean, I was in Target yesterday and there was like the stand there, the presentation stand for Tay-Tay's, CDs and album. I was like, oh
Jesus,
man, should I get a
Jesus
Tay-Tay?
Christ. They had things in like the movie theater. Like there was like a fucking like screening like launch thing.
Yeah. I don't know
Dude,
all the details of it, but something
yeah,
ridiculous.
because they're calling it Taylor Swift, the official release party of a showgirl. It made $16 million on Friday alone.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey,
She's a marketing queen.
I was gonna say power to her. She's figured out how to squeeze every last cent of money out of her fans. Which I'm sure she also does with the ticket prices at her concerts because she still uses Ticketmaster. So
I mean, a lot of them still do.
most of them still do, but yeah. All right. So anyway, on to your.
Am I allowed to proceed, sir?
Go Purdue!
Only after I make 17 more points. Okay, so just just shut up. No, go ahead.
We are going to play keep or bench.
Keeper bench. Sweet.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And we're going to do best mic skills. But here's the thing. There's 10 names on this list. You're only going to be able to keep 4. But you have to collectively, the two of you, maybe me as well. I'll be a deciding factor if you jabronis can't decide on one. I'm going to spin a wheel, and when that person's name pops up, you have to decide if you're going to keep them or bench them.
Okay. Just to clarify, we're keeping or benching, but this is based just purely on mic skills.
Mic skills for wrestlers.
So we're not looking at their in-ring work or look or personality. It's just
mic
totally
skills
mic
only.
skills.
Mic
Okay.
skills
This could
only.
be the worst lineup of wrestlers ever.
I
Like,
do
have
not.
absolutely nobody can work in the ring, but they can talk their ass off.
Well, this is why I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
This has nothing to do with flippy floppies, nothing to do with old school 14 million, holds in the middle of a match. I don't care how many pile drivers you give or how many leg drops off the top rope you do.
Well, lots of pile drivers.
I don't care how many finishers you're able to pull off in 2 minutes. This is strictly mic skills, and it's wrestlers only. So there's no Bobby Heenan, there's no Paul Heyman, there's no managers. Nothing like that.
Disgusting.
Strictly wrestlers.
Can we see the wheel? Are you going to present the wheel for our fans to be able to see?
I'm going to present, and I have a little thing where I'm going to keep track of who we're keeping and who we're benching.
Okay, well, just real quick before covering the last couple things you said there, wrestlers, don't Russo this up. Come on. And as far as not including Bobby Heenan, all I can say is, you listen, you stop. You don't listen to me, you're never heard from again. Sorry, I had to get that classic Bobby Heenan line out. Okay.
Okay.
But seriously, don't add extra syllables to words like you're Vince Russo. I'll have to hurt you for that.
I'm going to tell you something.
Wrestlers.
Okay, you don't get to do it either. Jesus, dealing with amateurs again.
Pronunciation.
Do you see my screen?
Oh my God. Look at
Wait,
this.
there's only 10 names on there? Wait, hold on. One,
Yes, there's fucking 10 names because there's a checklist and it tells you how many names are on there.
Good Lord.
So
Look
you
at this, fans. We're so fancy.
Oh, see, and you know what? Here's the unfortunate part of this, ladies and gentlemen. These are 10 people who have good mic skills.
No.
All right. Because I know some people in our friend group don't like to play by the rules. Are the rules. I'm going to spin. Let's see. Two. Woo! Here we go. Here we go. Who is gonna
I'm
be
gonna get sick.
Chris?
I got.
Oh, John Cena. Da 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 da. Do
Um,
do do do.
I can't see him.
So, John Cena. Are we going to put him? Now, there's only 4 slots on the keep, and 6 have to be benched. Are we going to put John Cena on the keep list, or are we going to bench John Cena?
All right, Pat.
Think about this all time, their whole career. We got the Thugonomics John Cena, who has some promos that people think are some of the top 10 promos of all time. Some
All
are
right,
in the
Pat.
top
I
5
think
lists.
we can both agree that this would be a bencher.
You're benching John. Listen. I'm the deciding factor if you guys can't agree on something.
So this is a tough one for me because, for one thing, I'm kind of looking at the other names that are on the list. So it's
I know I wanted to do something where you couldn't see it, but I couldn't find one that worked right. So I'm like, we're just gonna do spin the wheel. I was gonna have a list and just name them off, and you guys had to deal with the random order that came up. But I was like, let's do spin the wheel.
well, okay. Well, let me ask you this then too, as I'm trying to give my answer here. Can we revise this list as we're going through it?
No.
Oh, see, now you're making it more difficult.
Yes, that's the whole point of it. It's not supposed to be easy.
Right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to have to say. Just because I can see the other names that are on the list, I'm going to have to bench Cena.
You're going to bet, Jeremy. You said bench as well.
Yes.
All right. I can't change that vote, fans. I apologize.
In my personal opinion, as much of a John Cena fan as I am,
Gonna remove John Cena now.
the John Cena was better under Thugonomics than he was the rest of his career. The rest of his career, he had moments, but it was not consistent good mic skills.
There were some very corny periods in Cena's time, and you could also argue that he was a face for too much of his career. Now, of course, the whole thing is that obviously the reason way he first got over was by doing the Doctor of Thugonomics stuff, which was heel and everything, and that was great. But it also was kind of short relative to his whole career. And like I said, and just with seeing some of the other names that are on this list, I don't think I could put Cena in the top 4.
Okay.
It's close. It's very close for me, but it falls short.
It's not really a top 4, just your 4, but you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho.
Easy bench. Again, a guy who has been great on his mic throughout his career. His entire AEW tenure to me has just been one big joke, one big embarrassment, and it really lowers his standing. And again, I couldn't put him in the top 4 among the list of the guys that are here, so he's an easy bench for me.
Jeremy, what are you gonna do with Mr. Chris Jericho?
Just thinking about Chris Jericho in general, would he be a guy that I would keep? If I was just looking at his WCW and his WWE career,
You can't just do that. You got to look at all of it. See, I think I know what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to create this. I'm going to put the spin the wheel on my top screen and only share this screen here with the good, the list. So
well, you could do that because I don't think I'll remember. Don't share this screen. Take it off now. I won't remember half the people that are on here. It's too many names. Pat might remember.
I'll do it this way. I'm gonna do more of these because I have some more. I've seen some stuff like this online, and I've kind of created my own. I've written down some of my own for wrestling and sports too. Done some sports ones. I got some ideas for you. But I'm gonna
So
change
I
it
will.
up in how I do it next time. But this is a good
So
first start.
I'll have to. I will have to agree with Pat because
Okay, we're benching
his
Chris Jericho.
AEW promos have been really hit or miss. For the most part, they've been kind of a miss from the ones that I have seen.
We're
Like
removing Chris Jericho.
what was it? Goodness gracious, his what was the one where they were trying to be intelligent? What the hell was it?
What talking about
Shit.
Jericho?
Yeah, when he had big Cass with him and shit.
Oh, and the AEW. Yeah. I forget the fucking name of that group is
The
already.
learning
Yeah,
tree.
Yes,
yeah,
the
the
learning
learning
tree, and he was
tree.
trying to be. They were trying to be like super intelligent. That was the only thing that made that good was when Cass did that Instagram like post, and he did his own thing from the gym, which I thought was pretty funny. But the whole thing overall was not great.
All right. So we got two on the bench already: John Cena and Y2J. All right, let's go. Spin the wheel. Should get some music for this. I'm gonna do music next time too. I just didn't know what I
Don't
wanted to
make
do.
me feel.
Oh, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Dun 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 dun. Where are we putting him on your list? Keep a bench.
I mean, Hogan's one of the all-time greatest on the mic, and he did it as a face, and then he did it as a heel, and everybody can say
Probably
that.
one of the greatest promos he ever had was when he turned heel.
Yeah, everybody can say like Hall and Nash were the cool guys in the NWO, but the thing that kept people watching them was because of how much they realized they hated Hogan and how much Hogan made them hate him. So yeah, Hogan's a keep.
All right. Hulk Hogan is our first keep
Hey, I didn't
of
say
the.
anything.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
Jeremy
I
didn't
didn't
say
actually
anything.
give my
my
opinion.
bad.
Boy.
I jumped the gun.
There's a little bit of bias in this room with the Hulk Hogan fanage.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
Pat overtakes the talking sometimes, Jeremy. We know this.
Hey, I said my piece and I was waiting for Jeremy to say his. And you're the one who immediately was like, okay, so we're putting Hogan and keep.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my
um,
voice pretty soon. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
yeah, yeah. He's a keeper. He's a keeper.
You sure? You don't have to agree with
Yeah,
Pat.
he's a keeper. He's a keeper.
You don't have to agree with him. And even if
It,
you
def-
didn't,
it
he was being
definitely
put on the list anyway.
Hulk Hogan. We got Hulk Hogan. Hulk.
Whoops, my button didn't work. Hold, please. Oh, there we go, Hulk. All right, let's remove the Hulkster.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, wait a minute, what were we doing? Are we talking about Hulk Hogan's cousin Hulk Hogan, as Warrior always called him?
Yeah. Spin the wheel. And we're off. And whose name will it land on this time? Oh, Mr. MJF.
All right, bench that motherfucker.
Whoa. Whoa.
MJF is definitely good on the mic. He has regressed. It's been pretty obvious. I really think all the stuff with Adam Cole really hurt him in the long run. And he's just become way too reliant on the insults and everything. So yeah, he's a bench.
Okay. I understand.
He still has time to recover himself, though, of course. So
Gotcha. All right. MJF,
and
I
and,
apologize.
and seriously though, at this point, MJF, I don't care what you think, but once your contract is up, do yourself a favor and go to WWE just so you can say you've done it.
All right. Very, very, very.
Well,
Okay.
he has been in WWE. He just didn't wrestle.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
All right. We're next in the
As a
list.
legit talent, go to WWE.
Do-do-do-do. Spin the wheel, and where will it land?
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Yeah, we definitely have to. Definitely next time you have to put this as a no reveal thing for us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've been making my list in my head and hoping that Pat agrees with it.
Jeremy,
Well, I'm sorry,
you
fans.
don't- Jeremy, when you don't agree with me, an angel loses its wings.
Oh my God. So we have Mr. Woo Ric Flair. What we doing? What we doing? Ricky. Flair.
He's been one of the best to do it for
he-
forever.
He's so prolific, and he's so Ric Flair.
He's so Ric Flair.
that he became a parody of himself and it still worked. So Ric Flair is a definite keep.
Yeah. Yep, he's a keeper.
Oh, okay. All right, we got our
The jet
second
flying,
keeper.
limousine riding, Rolex wearing.
Oh, that I can't spell. All right. We have our second keep of the day. That's Ric Flair. All right,
Now,
let's
if you
remove
had
Ric
Charlotte
Flair.
Flair on there, we might be able to bench her.
In what way are you trying to?
You.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're spinning the wheel. Who will land
Still
on
don't
this
think she's
time?
very pretty. So
Who?
disagree.
You still don't think who's very pretty?
Charlotte Flair.
Well, she's necessarily not bad looking, but would I put her in my top 5 of like currently female wrestlers in terms of looks? No. No.
All right, Dusty.
We got
Dusty.
We got Mr.
Oh, God.
Polka dot wearing Rolex.
This is where it's getting tough.
This is a tough
It's
one
getting
too, and here's the reason why. Dusty Rhodes was another guy who, and I don't think people really say this enough, because they always point to Hogan or Jesse Ventura or Scott Steiner or a couple other guys as like the guys who stole their gimmick from superstar Billy Graham. So many of the lines that Dusty is famous for saying were also stolen. Like, I'm just talking in terms of promo, obviously not look, but just in terms of promo. So much stuff that Dusty did was also stolen from superstar Billy Graham.
So what we're saying is superstar Billy Graham was an innovator.
Yes, he very much was.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of credit for some of the shit he does.
Well,
Or
that's
did.
because of how he, became an embarrassment of himself. But anyway, but the thing is, Dusty, of course, then became more than just the guy who was like spouting catchphrases and shit. I mean, the Hard Times promo is still one of the most memorable promos of all
Right.
time.
But that's what everybody leans on as why Dusty was so good on the mic.
Right. But it was about, because again, he's going up against Ric Flair, who's like the definition of like the 80s corporate greed and everything. And Dusty's like, like I'm the common man and everything. So, but like the way he said the words and everything, you really could feel it. He's like, I want you to reach out your hand to me. It's like, dude, you would want to reach out your hand to him, So, damn, again, I'm looking at the other names on the list. There's 2 names in particular I'm trying to compare Dusty to, and I'm like, does Dusty belong on the keep more than those guys? And it's really tough. I'm going to say keep.
See, and I'm on the opposite end. I'm on the bench him, and I, as much as I like Dusty Rhodes, as much as I think he was good on the mic, I would have I can't put everything on that one promo to save him, as far as like being one of the greatest.
I mean, he was more than just that one promo, but
I know.
Dusty Rhodes, your fate is in the hands of moi.
Yeah, I have to say I would bench him.
And Dusty, it hurts my soul, but you're going to the bench.
Oh no. Dusty Rhodes has been benched. I never thought I'd see the day.
And let's spin the wheel to continue. Now, before we do move on, I think it is better that next time I'm gonna hide this as well. Honestly. So you guys aren't able to like dive too much into seeing who's on there and deciding if you're gonna keep or bench them. But I do have some sport ones, like I said. I do have one for Survivor Series as well, as far as it's gonna be different. You're gonna get 10 wrestlers that are gonna show. I'm gonna spin a wheel with 10 wrestlers, and you're gonna have to pick if you want to keep that wrestler for your 5-man traditional Survivor Series team. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Stone Cold Steve Austin is next. He just popped up on the list. What are we doing with Stone Cold?
So
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold is more than just Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
There was stunning Steve Austin in WCW and before, and there was superstar Steve Austin in ECW, and he cut some pretty good promos uh, in both of those places, and he cut really good promos in WWF. He then also became to me a little bit too formulaic and a little too self-parodic,
That's what Stone Cold.
and the what stuff was funny at first, but by the time he turned face again and was still doing the what stuff going when he turned back face there at the end of 2001, 2002, it really became annoying. And I'm keeping with, again, the way I was doing this, keep and bench. So this was one of the two guys I was like, would I put Dusty ahead of him? And I would. So Stone Cold's a bench guy for me.
See, yeah, and
Jeremy, by the way, we have to get back at him some way for making us think this hard on a Sunday.
my
We'll have to
brain's
Yeah.
boiling here.
We'll have to come up with something.
It's just it. So yeah, I mean,
Sorry, guys. for
his
calls.
WCW days, I don't really can't say I ever watched it. Okay, I don't remember him in WCW except for like the stuff I've seen like on his bio and stuff like that, like where they do those kind of things and say, oh well, he was stunning Steve Austin, blah blah blah.
And he had hair.
Yeah, and he had hair barely. It's like when Hulk Hogan pretended that he still had hair up top.
Well, Austin still actually had a full head of hair for most of those, for most of his WCW tenure.
So if I look at his entire body, like I'll just look at his WWE because that's really the only thing I can judge him on. What kills me is the later times in his career, like when he would come back, and even towards the end of his original, like his before he finally be retired, like even towards the end of that, it was too much placating to the crowd. Like as far as like just trying to get them to pop instead of really like delivering a promo that would be something that you would be memorable. It was a lot of the what's and blah 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 and Stone Cold said so and all of that stuff. So yeah, he's the bencher.
All right. Stone Cold, you are being sent to the bench.
I think we just made one of our friends very, very happy.
Stone Cold is being removed. Now we have 3 people left. Now, if the next person that gets picked, you guys bench him, well, then the last 2 automatically go to the keep section. So,
Oh, good.
round and round we go as I do clicky click.
Clicky click, he says.
And it falls on the great one,
Well, this is the other guy that when I was talking about
The Rock.
This was the other guy that when I was talking about Dusty, I was like, do I put Dusty ahead of this guy on the keep bench list and everything like that? The Rock, of course, could be entertaining as hell. Fundamentally, though, to me, The Rock in his prime and everything, his base character was too jockish, too juvenile, smartass-ish. And I don't even really want to get started on the final boss shit. So again, I feel like Rock was like really good for a while and he got to a point, but then he was just doing the same old shtick for like ever. So The Rock is a bench for me. And I'm sure Jeremy will disagree with me.
See, this is where knowing who we have left, it's like I there's one particular person on there like I cannot say I would keep over The Rock.
You're gonna leave this up to me. I know it.
Yeah, because I would say over his overall body of work, because I am much more
Be
immature
right
than
back.
Pat. Because I'm much more immature than Pat. Sorry, than Pat. Not, I don't know who Matt is. Since I am that type of person, I've always enjoyed stuff. Now, will I say that when he came back and he was still doing some of the immature stuff that won me over when I was watching in my late 20s, maybe early 30s, was it kind of played out? Yes, I will definitely say that. Was it still entertaining? Yes. The final boss stuff was a little like annoying at times,
Yeah, could
but
be.
I
Yeah,
get
it
it. He
definitely
was trying
was.
to do something different. Did it work out
Yeah.
the best? No, not necessarily. Were the promos at least good? I would say that. I just don't think they were what people expected from The Rock. But I would still just say his overall body work makes me want to keep him.
So Pat is a bench and Jeremy is a keeper.
Like I said, Jeremy's going to. I'm sure I knew Jeremy was going to say we keep him. So
Ah,
Ooh, burp.
Joe's on the fence. He's like, I don't know.
I was going to say, did Joe just flatline or?
um,
Boo.
shit.
I screwed it all up with the Dusty Rhodes thing, didn't I?
Rock,
The Rock has been kept.
I'm putting you on the keep list.
All
So it is
right, now
now
this makes it
down to
interesting.
CM Punk and Kevin Owens.
Do we really need to spin at this point? I mean, that seems pretty stupid.
No, we'll still spin
You're
it.
stupid.
You're
All
stupid.
right, I got my vote. I already know where I'm going.
And it's Kevin Owens.
This would be very interesting to do with another party, another friend of ours.
Well, yeah. I don't know if I would. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have to be the deciding factor then. It would be between the three of you. So that would be. But go ahead. Where are we putting
so,
Mr. KO?
so when I think of Mr. K,
KO.
yeah, he just while I found him to deliver good promos on a consistent basis, I unfortunately cannot put him above and cannot keep him over the other person that's on there. I would have to bench KO.
Okay.
And it is not it's an easier decision than some of the other ones, but like KO just I don't know. I just
Understand.
don't know. I
I
don't
think it's
find being
I
snarky, as I've heard other people mention, I don't find being snarky that entertaining or that moving.
I mean KO is definitely a very good. He's definitely a good promo for sure.
Yeah,
Pat,
definitely not saying
where are
he's not.
you sitting on the fence of the KO?
Yeah, KO is definitely a good talker. He probably is one of these guys that, while he's a good talker, he doesn't have one like singularly memorable promo, which is fine. You don't necessarily
He's
need.
consistent. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't put him ahead of some of the guys that are on the bench list that are already there, so he's a bencher.
So Kevin Owens, you are going to the bench. And that leaves us with
And he's the only one that gets a lowercase last name. That's
oh, I
funny.
didn't mean to do that. It's my keyboard.
You're a
Not
loser.
not doing it on purpose.
Jesus Christ, blaming the keyboard.
And CM Punk
Yes, CM Punk is a
has
keeper.
been regulated to the keep. All right.
Wait,
Now,
what did you
fans,
say? CM
we would
Punk
love to
is what?
hear your keep or bench list from that same list. So go ahead and comment out what you would keep and what you would bench out of that same list because it would be interesting to see. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wait. Way too big. That's
For
never
our
what she
for our
said.
sight impaired friends,
So here's what happened.
Now,
This
nobody
is
show no nobody show this segment to our dear friend AJ. He will be very upset.
um spin the wheel. We got our best mic skills out of the 10 wrestlers. They kept Hogan, Flair, The Rock, CM Punk, and bench Cena, Jericho, MJF, Dusty Rhodes, Stone Cold, and KO.
And
Well,
we didn't even talk about why CM Punk, but you know.
I listen, I did spin the wheel. There's no way I can manipulate it, so it's spin the wheel. But let's stop sharing.
so
All right,
has
so that was
so
fun.
let's
So I am going, like I said, this was cool. It's the first time, so it definitely was fun, and I have some things I'll change up for next time for sure. But
So when it comes to
that's
like for me for CM Punk, has every promo been a home run? Of course not. Not every person on that
no,
list has had a promo every time they step on the mic or step up to the mic has had a home run hit. Like most of them have floppers. But one thing he's been is consistent. Um, I think he's been the most convincingly real person on the mic. Like he's very good at blurring the lines, whether he's making a shoot promo or if it's a work promo, and he has memorable promos. Like the
yeah,
the pipe bomb promo. That's a very memorable promo. Like so, for me, it was kind of when being able to see the list. It was kind of a no-brainer that he would have been a keeper. I just wasn't sure who we were going to have to get rid of to get him on the list. And Dusty Rhodes was my one that I was just like, I like Dusty Rhodes, but I could put him on the bench. He'd be the first man off the bench. He'd be the fifth man. Like, Dusty, we need you to fill in.
See, that
CM
was the
Punk's
thing again.
down.
Yeah, being able to see the list, I was like already formulating in my head, saying, "Okay, those guys are definitely bench. Those guys are definitely keep." And then it's like, oh, trying to decide between all those guys. For me, it's like Cena, Stone Cold, and The Rock were like the hardest ones to bench. But again, I kind of felt when I was looking, I'm like, I can't get rid of Hogan, I can't get rid of Flair, I can't get rid of Dusty, and I definitely want Punk on there. So yeah.
yeah, I get it.
So we spun the wheel and we made the deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we ended up with the coal miners glove match.
What?
Because what?
The coal miner's glove match?
Yeah, so Halloween Havoc 1992,
Oh,
WCW. This is when WCW wasn't at a particularly great point in their history because at this time Ric
Not very
Flair's
happy.
in WWE, well WWF. Um, Lex Luger has left the company. This is like when he was doing stuff with the World Bodybuilding Federation before, and he was about to join the WWF. So their big guys at the time were like Sting and Vader and Rick Rude and Dustin Rhodes and Stunning Steve Austin and Ron Simmons and Barry Windham. But it was a weird time, you know. So anyway, they brought in Jake Roberts. This was after he had left WWF following WrestleMania 8. And he immediately came after Sting. And they did this spin the wheel, make the deal match for Halloween Havoc 1992. The match type was determined by Sting spinning a wheel of fortune earlier in the evening. The matches types that were on there were barbed wire match, cage match, dog collar match, first blood match, I quit match, lumberjacks with belts match, Prince of Darkness match, Russian chain match, Texas bull rope match, Texas death match, and an option allowing Sting to choose the match type.
so
But they
first we
also
got the
had
match
they
type.
also had on there the coal miner's glove match. WCW, in their infinite wisdom, this goes to show you how well run of a company they were. While they had all these different gimmick types on the wheel, they did not gimmick the wheel.
They legitimately let it roll itself instead of
Right.
making it stop where they wanted to.
Right. And
That's
they
fun.
ended up with the coal miners glove match, which everybody universally said was the worst possible option.
Yeah, because what the hell is that supposed to be?
It's a coal miner's glove. It's this
A
big.
dirty coal miner's glove, and everybody you get to
It's
slap
just
each
a
other with
big.
it.
Yeah, it's just a big heavy glove, which like was on top of a pole then on the one turnbuckle, and you climbed up and you got it, and the whole thing was you're supposed to, you could then use it to hit your opponent with it. Big whoop. And they did a convoluted thing where
Imagine being the announcer and having to announce that match.
go ask JR, he was on the call. Yeah, actually, who was calling that with JR that night? Oh, it's JR and Jesse Ventura. That's when Jesse Ventura was working for WCW.
Jesse Ventura was probably like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever had to call. Like, there's no reason why we."
Yeah. So,
Lord.
and this was at the time, if you recall, at the end of his WWF tenure in late 90, when he turned heel in 1991, Jake stopped bringing the Python and he started bringing the Cobra. You remember, of course, they did the whole thing with the Cobra biting Macho Man and everything. So he was doing the same thing. He was bringing like the Cobra with him, and they did this convoluted spot where Jake got the Cobra out, but Sting like hit him, and Jake like fell backward holding the Cobra, and then the Cobra latched onto his face, and that
Okay,
allowed Sting, and that allowed Sting to pin him, and that
Cobra
was the end of
Commander.
that, and that was the end of the match.
Cobra Commander was in wrestling.
So yeah, one of these days I'll actually go watch that show on the network before I
You know
forget.
what? That's one gimmick that I don't think I've ever seen the WWE do in its infinite wisdom.
What, Coal
I
Miner's
don't
Glove?
No, I don't think I've ever seen them have a snake charmer type gimmick.
Well, I mean, Jake Roberts.
No, like a legit like somebody that looks like they're from that area
I understand what
and
Jeremy's
like would
saying.
bring down like the wicker basket with a cobra in it.
Yeah, yeah. You know why they haven't done that?
Come on. Come on. They
Listen, they've
did
done
Muhammad
enough other
Hassan, who
crazy
was a
shit.
freaking supposed to be a terrorist. Like
No, he wasn't supposed to be a terrorist. That's how they started booking him. He was supposed to be an Arab American who was upset with the prejudice he had faced since 9/11. The character was very nuanced and had a legitimate gripe at the beginning, but about 4 or 5 months into it, they decided let's just book him like a stereotypical Middle East terrorist.
Because that always works.
So why couldn't
That
they
wasn't
have a
what the games were
legit
supposed to be.
snake charmer?
What did I miss? Probably not.
I was just discussing how
He was,
the coal miners glove match and how badly they messed that up. So
Gotcha.
and about how because again how they had so many other better match types on the wheel for that Halloween Havoc match between Sting and Jake the Snake, but that they failed to gimmick the wheel, so it landed on the worst possible option. Because WCW was a company run by idiots.
For a certain time, yeah.
For pretty much all the time that they weren't successful under Bischoff, WCW was run by idiots.
Yeah.
Whether it was Jim Hurd or Kip Allen Fry or Bill Watts because he went too old school and he was the one who was in charge when they did that, and then of course Russo. So yeah, and again, even under Bischoff, you can say they were poorly run because they were still always at the end of the day run by the executives at Turner, Time Warner, whoever, and they had no fucking clue and they sneered at wrestling and having wrestling on their fucking cable stations. So
if they only knew what they know now.
you just did, yeah. It's like imagine to be thumbing your nose at fucking wrestling when it's pulling in good ratings because oh my god, so lowbrow. And now that same network, obviously under much new management and 25 years later, pays how much to run a shittier wrestling product, in my view.
In
Yeah.
Pat's opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, obviously, some people are going to think AEW is good. Those people are a little silly, but you like what you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go away then. No.
I like it.
right now. I do not dismiss you.
Oh my God, the Cleveland Browns are winning 17-14.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hooray!
Oh my God, the Clowns are winning.
What time did that game start at? 8 o'clock this morning.
Probably
Probably
9.
like, yeah, 9:30 probably.
Well, the Browns do have a win because they beat the Packers.
Yes, they did.
I forgot about that.
They
How
did.
did they beat the Packers?
Defense.
Defense. Defense. Did they have a big D in offense? Like the people that are so clever. Defense.
Dylan Gabriel is 16 of 25 for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns now.
That's not a lot of yardage, but it seems like he's been efficient enough.
Well,
Just
let's see. The rookie running back, Judkins, has 15 carries for 80 yards.
Judkins.
Judkins. I don't fucking know how to say his name. They have a total of 110 yards rushing as a team. So, yeah. So they're it's a I don't well, you want to say that's efficient? I guess it could be efficient, but yeah. I don't see has there been any turnovers? No interceptions.
No.
I don't
I
see
mean,
anything with
I mean,
fumbles, just kind of a defensive game. Cleveland has no sacks. Minnesota has 1. Yeah. Probably the offensive efficiency on each team is pretty much not really. I would say offensive efficiency on Cleveland's part is way better than Minnesota's right now. But considering the fact that Cam Akers is the one who has the touchdown pass for Minnesota, some trick play thing, 32-yard pass for a touchdown. I guess whatever works, works.
indeed. Oh yeah. All right. Do we have anything else that we'd like to talk about, Senor? Was there anything
Uh,
on your mind?
huh. You know, for the past, you know what? Honestly, for when it comes to wrestling, I've just been very hit or miss. Just with stuff going on outside of besides work and personal things. I've watched some wrestling, haven't watched this week, not a lot. Just been trying to watch football and other sports because
I've been
hockey
trying to
hasn't.
watch. Yeah, I've been trying to watch wrestling over the last couple weeks, and it's like I put it on and then basically ignore it.
Yeah, some of it's been okay. Some of it's listen, I saw a post what was it? Monday. I couldn't fall asleep Monday night, and somebody had posted that he just kind of the dude went out of a little venting rant on WWE, AEW, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like their shows, all their shows, how they're so predictable, nothing great. It seems like it's always the same people on every show, not really changing things up. Storylines are blah. There's only like 1 or 2 things that keep them interested in watching AEW, and 1 or 2 things keeping them interested in watching WWE. Other than that, the rest of the program he just finds is very blah and not very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
mean, I'm
yeah.
like I'm not saying it's not. There's been, I agreed with him to a certain extent for sure, but sometimes for me, sports comes first. So I'm trying to keep track of baseball and then football season's on, and then hockey's starting very shortly, and so is basketball. And I think hockey's going to 84 games this season from 82, so they're starting a little sooner.
It is.
Yeah, they approved that, I think.
I didn't know that.
I believe they approved that. And you could double check, but that was supposed to be approved for this season. Um, so yeah, I just the other sports that I'm interested in are just
Okay, they're not going to 84 until next season.
okay, so it's the approved for next season. Okay. Oh yeah, they probably didn't want to do that this season because of the Olympics.
I'm sure that's why.
Yeah, yeah, because the Olympics are this year, this winter in 2026. But yeah, I just kind of keep up with sports and things of that nature and all that good jazz. But yeah, and I have a bone to pick with all of you fuckers when I post funny jokes in our goddamn group chat, I expect fucking responses. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I've been
I,
busy this week at work, so
I've been doing it for a month, and you guys just let me be some old weird guy, just posting these fucking jokes in here, and not commenting, not giving me anything. Like, Joe, stop. You're being overly weird with this one.
Let me go
Or
back to our chat and let me see if I
ha 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 ha. That
and
was a funny one.
fans, I'm just going to emphasize that, the jokes that Joe was posting are barely classifiable as jokes.
Listen, I found most of them humorous. And if I can laugh at some
I
of
gave
those
it a
things,
thumbs up. What else do you want me to do? The last one.
Obviously, you're supposed to say it.
yes, you're supposed to comment, not just a thumbs up. But like, Joe, that was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, but I'm not falling out my seat laughing.
You could give me it was a so-so with a thumbs up.
Okay, I will give you words from now on, okay, senor? So you don't I don't want you to sit at home and cry like nobody cares. So
Guys, they just don't care about me. Just don't.
so quick question.
Yes.
We all saw that originally, and I don't know if how true this is, Bad Bunny was announced as the halftime show for
Oh my God, I can't believe this. This is terrible. They need an American who can speak English.
um is it so did they really pull him from being the halftime show?
No.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was
Right.
wondering.
I didn't hear that. I haven't heard anything that he was
They
pulled.
didn't pull him from being the Super Bowl halftime show. And newsflash to all the idiots out there, they're not going to.
No, they're
No,
not
and I
going
wouldn't
to.
want them to. Like Big Bad Bunny, like I don't necessarily love his music, but there are if you think about the people that watch football, it's not all white people. Like
If
Well,
you
there's
here's
all ethnicities that watch football.
if
Like
you if you have a problem with Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl halftime show, uh, number one, that's a you problem. Number two, it's the Super Bowl halftime show. It's not the most fucking important culturally relevant moment of the fucking year. The fact that some people started treating it like that is still baffled the fuck out of me.
right. And
yeah,
no
they
offense, we
said
just had it's not like he's the first Hispanic Latino, whatever title is the most appropriate. I always think it's still Hispanic, but regardless, he's not the first one to be on stage. And they had Shakira and freaking Jennifer
J Lo.
Lopez,
Yeah,
J Lo
yeah.
doing the halftime show, and they weren't the first either. I can't. There was
And
other people
they did
before him.
songs in Spanish too, so the hypocrisy is hilarious to hear
It's
about this.
just like
Listen, the other thing too is the Super Bowl and the NFL have put a big emphasis for a long time now. And you're seeing it right now. We have Minnesota's playing in back-to-back European and
yeah,
playing back-to-back games
a
in
global
Europe.
product.
Yeah, it's a global product. It's international. It's a global product. And like, listen, we had Kansas City versus the Chargers that was down in what, Brazil? Was it
Yeah,
Brazil? Yeah, I
yeah, down
mean
there. Yeah.
South America. We had it in Brazil. Come on up, people. You
Yeah,
know,
it's just it was so ridiculous when I saw that, and everybody's using Kid Rock's image. I don't know if Kid Rock even came out and said anything about Bad Bunny being the halftime show or not.
I mean,
I think
it doesn't really matter if he did or if he didn't because he certainly thought it.
well, there's a very good possibility, but I it's just it's one of those things. Like I said, I don't care. I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny's music. I
Yeah, I
like
don't give a shit about
reggaeton.
his music at all either.
I
So
personally like reggaeton music, and I know he has been on some reggaeton songs. I don't know if he's considered a reggaeton artist. I don't know,
no.
but it's just so ridiculous that it would even turn into. Not surprised that it turned in. I just think it's ridiculous that it turned into a, he can speak English. I'm pretty sure he can speak English. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can
I've
speak
never heard
English.
interviews with him, so can't say that he can or can't. But most international stars that have, and I say international stars, stars that have made it big in the U.S. that are from other countries, usually can speak English because they have to learn how to so that they can communicate with the English audience that is now they're not popular with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's this American centric bias gets really stupid because it's stupid because people just assume that if you're not from this country you can't speak English. No, it's like no, it's that people from America can't speak other languages because we don't put any kind of emphasis on it, whereas people in other countries do actually put emphasis on speaking other languages. But
yeah.
again, the other thing that's like so fucking stupid about it in so many ways. Okay, so I'm not going to mention their names because it's not important. But there was like two political commentators who were talking to each other the other day, and the one asked the other, the conservative one asked the liberal one, "What do you think about Bad Bunny performing at the halftime show?" And the liberal one's like, "I really don't know too much about his music, but I think it's fine. He seems like he's a great American artist." And the conservative one immediately goes, "Well, he's not American. He's Puerto Rican."
That is American, you dumbass.
Yeah, the liberal just this was the liberal commentator probably anticipated the conservative saying something like that because she just goes, this was like your exact like look on her face too. She was like, Puerto Rico's part of America, dear. The dear.
Yeah.
That
It's like the
basically
demeaning
just said,
part.
shut the fuck up, you goddamned idiot.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, again, yeah, anybody who says doesn't seem to fucking realize like that Puerto Rico is part of America.
yeah. Now it's not a state or anything like that, but anybody born in Puerto Rico is a U.S. citizen by birth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
was it a U.S. territory per se or whatever they have it labeled as now?
an annex or something like
It's
that,
it's
or
a
I
com
freak.
it's officially I believe it's considered a commonwealth, which is funny because of course a couple of the states like Pennsylvania are also
Commonwealth.
technically commonwealths.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Pennsylvania, Virginia, and
there's one other and I never remember which one it is.
But yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah, Puerto Rico, officially the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, is a self-governing Caribbean archipelago, I hate that name. I can never pronounce it right. An island organized as an unincorporated territory of the United States under the designation of Commonwealth.
Yeah. So yeah, they're allowed to self-govern. They
They have a governor. They don't have a president, Mr. Trump.
yeah.
You're the president of Puerto Rico. I'm referring to like when the hurricane hit and during his first term, and he was like, I just spoke with the president of Puerto Rico. And it's like, would you talk to yourself?
Kentucky,
Kentucky and
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts. Okay, yeah, I just looked it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Pennsylvania, and Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I thought there was only three. Well, whatever.
Pat, fix your glasses. Keep on looking to the side of your head and
Sorry, I didn't realize. Also, do me a favor.
yes. Don't look at the side of your head.
God.
So yeah, it's so funny.
But no, yeah, it's like, but once again, it's another situation where people want to make something into an outrage. There's no outrage. Um, Anybody who's upset about this, it says more about them than it does about anything else. The NFL is going to pick somebody who people are going to watch. People are going to watch Bad Bunny. He's supposedly like the most like streamed artist of the last couple of years. They're going to pick somebody who's got broad appeal. Anybody who was saying like, oh, they shouldn't pick this person or they shouldn't pick that person, doesn't have the appeal that Bad Bunny has right now. I'm sorry that you don't care for that. Deal with it. Again, it's the Super Bowl halftime show. It is on the list of things that matter. It is like number 1,372, if it's even that high.
People were in a big uproar last year about Kendrick Lamar performing and being the halftime show, but I don't think people realized how big of an impact his most recent album was at that time. Like his album was a huge hit when it first came out because it was so controversial with the song that he put out, the one song he put out, which was shit. It just slipped out of my mind.
The other thing too is a lot of people, the people who complain about this are the people who are really not music. Don't listen to that genre of music. Two, don't know a lot about music, and three, don't know shit about fucking streaming and how music is um extended or put out for the masses. You know what I mean? Those people are
Yeah.
just kind of like, they're listening to, I don't want to say they're listening to certain types of music, but a lot of them just listen to certain types of music and they have no fucking idea who these people are. They don't understand that these people have such a global reach
Yeah.
for a global fucking product, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Because Kendrick Lamar put out "They Not Like Us" was the big.
Yeah.
I mean, there was TV Off. That was another big hit on that particular album. But like the one that blew up was They're Not Like Us, because he was making fun of Drake and like put Drake on blast, which I absolutely love because I cannot, anybody who's a Drake fan, whatever,
I'm not a big
kiss my
fan
ass.
of Drake.
I cannot stand. There is not a single song that I've ever heard from Drake, and I'm like, yeah, that one's good. I'm like, these songs all suck. And then to hear what he did, find out the kind of person that he is, I'm like, yeah, he even sucks more now because, yeah, he's one of those people. So, yep, I was happy to hear.
It's just all so much stupidity as at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
definitely
mean,
is.
granted, I have not always liked every artist that they brought. That they are like, yeah, this is going to be the artist. I'm like, oh, really? Like,
No, I haven't either. But again, I don't care. It's the Super Bowl halftime show, which I view as an annoyance as much as anything else.
yeah, I
But
always watch it, and I'm always
realistically,
like, okay, this one was good, this one was bad.
it's that person's reach and what their impact is at that time of that course of the year, which I
Yeah,
get.
Well,
So
just remember this. In one
They're
of the
getting paid big money to do it too.
Oh,
well, one of the funny things again is that people were saying about, oh, they need to pick somebody who can speak English and is American, and it's like somebody was like, well, let's see, the Rolling Stones did it, the Who did it, Coldplay did it, not American.
Coldplay was not one of my favorite either.
Paul McCartney, it was like, but that's the other funny thing too. Remember, everybody went fucking insane about the Super Bowl halftime show because of the fucking Janet Jackson bullshit. Okay, what was their immediate response to that? Actually, let me look it up real quick. I had this list the other day. List of Super Bowl halftime. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So the Janet Jackson bullshit happened in
For a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. That was Super Bowl 38. Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Simpson. So that was 2004. So that was the 2003 season, was Super Bowl 2004. So again, they went absolutely insane, saying like, "Oh my God, we've gone too far with all these things the past few years." Because remember, this was also a few years after they did the fucking Aerosmith in Sync team up, where Britney Spears also appeared. Which, I always remember the Lewis Black stand-up
That
routine
was
about it.
probably the worst halftime show.
Yeah, where he said it was the sound of chaos and the sound they're producing was not music. And anyway, so they have this huge fucking overreaction to Janet Jackson. They're like, we need to go safe. We need to go with people we can trust that aren't going to make a spectacle of themselves. Some of the next few halftime shows were Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, Prince, Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen, The Who. All guys who, when they were primes, had a lot of people bitching and whining about them for various reasons too, which of course were all really fucking stupid. But just the irony then that because a couple of intention hoggers decided to do a spot where their fucking breast would be exposed, and they said, we got to go with the safe rock groups.
yeah, they're really safe.
It's just, again, it's
safe now.
It's the Super Bowl halftime show. It's meant for people who don't watch Super Bowl. Fucking weekend of football.
A lot of
I'm
people
caring
do,
about
though.
something that matters, please. I'm begging you.
No, as we know, in the current climate of the United States, if you can politicize something, go for it.
Well, yes.
That's the motto now. Doesn't matter what side it is. If it can be politicized, you should do it.
Here's an
Yeah,
interesting
pretty much.
thing, because you mentioned Kendrick Lamar. According to Wikipedia, it has a citation. So the Super Bowl 59 halftime show starring Kendrick Lamar is the most watched Super Bowl halftime show with a TV audience of more than 133.5 million viewers.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying that Bad Bunny is going to get more viewers to his halftime show this year, because I have no way of being able to know if that would be possible or not. But I kind of hope it does now, just so I can say, shut the fuck up, you assholes. You watched it anyway.
Yeah. And like I said, going back to They're Not Like Us, he was I don't know if he was specifically sold or if that was the thing that they were playing up to make it more watchable. But the supposed thing was he was told by the network, you can't do this song because of what the content was about. And so he kept on teasing it throughout his entire performance, and then he finally did it. And that's why I think a lot more people watch that, not necessarily because they're fans of Kendrick Lamar. I mean, my kids know who Kendrick Lamar is.
They wanted to see if he was going to do he
Right.
was told not to do.
Yes. And like I said, I think that was probably more of a hype thing, because if they're going to allow that song on the radio, why are they not going to allow it on network TV? What's the difference? You know,
And artists, to be fair, will always push back against when they're told they can't do something. I mean, that applies to movies, music, television, stand-up comedy, whatever. I remember I was always told the story. Billy Joel years ago came to perform at the Joyce Center at the University of Notre Dame. Since that, that's the arena where like the basketball and a lot of other sports are played at Notre Dame. So he's doing a concert there. And because it's on the campus, so it's part of the university, which again is, operated by the Catholic Church then, essentially, he was asked not to perform Only the Good Die Young, because there's a lot of lyrics in there about, you Catholic girls start much too late and all that other stuff. So they said, don't perform Only the Good Die Young. He performed it once, and then I think he did it again as an encore. And he's never performed there since.
and it
So
didn't hurt him.
and I'm sure if you were to ask Billy Joel, he would say it was completely worth it.
Oh yeah.
So the more somebody know you can't do something, especially for bullshit reasons, the more somebody's going to want to do something.
Yep. Alrighty, I think that is a good place to leave off.
Well, real quick, I just want to throw this in there.
It's always a real quick.
What the fuck, Mark Sanchez?
Oh yeah, I did see that. You didn't see that, Jeremy?
I did not.
He was arrested.
There was a report that came in yesterday morning that's saying he was in the hospital in Indianapolis after being stabbed.
Quarterback Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, well, now NFL broadcaster Mark Sanchez.
Well, yeah, NFL broadcaster now, yeah.
But now there's more to the story. Former quarterback and current Fox Sports broadcaster Mark Sanchez has been charged with 3 misdemeanors in relation to an incident Saturday in Indianapolis in which he was stabbed and taken to a hospital. Sanchez was charged with battery with injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a vehicle. So it sounds like he was stabbed in self-defense. Because
get the hell out of my car.
According to an affidavit for probable cause, Sanchez allegedly accosted a truck driver at a hotel loading dock. According to the affidavit, the confrontation escalated to the point where the truck driver believed he was in danger, sprayed Sanchez in the face with pepper spray, and with Sanchez still advancing toward him, said he thought, this guy is trying to kill me. The truck driver then pulled his knife, and with Sanchez still coming at him, said he struck Sanchez 2 or 3 times. The truck driver said he was thrown against a dumpster and onto the ground and believed he was in a life or death situation. The driver, according to the affidavit, then said a look of shock came to Sanchez's face, and Sanchez took off.
Crazy.
Obviously, again, there's more investigation that would need to be done and everything. But 2 things about this. 1, this is why you don't drink, or at least you don't drink stupidly. And 2, I can't see Mark Sanchez keeping his job.
No.
Yeah, because being drunk publicly is bad enough. Being drunk to the point where you accost somebody to the point where that person feels the need to pull a knife and stab you in self-defense.
And you keep coming and you keep charging at the person.
Like, and then apparently you had a moment of clarity, as they say, to realize what you're doing, and you flee. Oh, Jesus. So kind of a fucked up situation, but yeah, it's like when I saw the news yesterday morning about Mark Sanchez stabbed in hospital, I was like, holy shit, what the hell? And then later in the day, I was seeing Sanchez arrested. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, he got stabbed. How is he being arrested?
It was weird. It was so vague, and then I'm like, went from being stabbed to being arrested. I'm like, wow,
right.
Okay.
It's like as they were updating the information, they didn't have like the full story of what the incident was. Because I'm like, wait a minute, how is he being arrested after he was stabbed and is in the hospital?
I know.
It's like,
crazy.
Is this a you should see the other guy moment? I mean, yeah, so really fucked up. But I mean, obviously, I hope he recovers and might need some alcohol counseling. I don't know, but
Yeah, he
I
might need
can't see him
something.
keep. I can't see Fox wanting to keep him after very public incident that's reflects badly on them, of course. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Wow.
all right. So now I just wanted to throw that in there because,
Okay.
Alrighty then. Good stuff.
yeah, I think we
Fun.
had some fun. I think we had some fun today.
A fun little story
did.
to end our segment today, our podcast, our video cast, whatever you want to call this thing that we do. We don't know
I
ourselves.
guess your daughter is getting old.
Who? What?
Your daughter. I saw
Which
the
one?
pictures of her going to her dance.
Oh, yes. The homecoming, the
Going to
Ho-Ho
dances.
dance.
They're getting too old.
I'm just glad we didn't get a boy come to our door with a freaking Ho-Ho freaking poster asking. I would have been like, get off my porch.
Oh my God, my oldest niece is a cheerleader.
So, yes, fun stuff, fun things, fun times, good stuff. And want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you're watching this after we post it. Joe will be taking care of that for you. So if you don't see it, that's his fault.
All hate
You
mail.
can blame it on him. Don't blame it on the rain.
To him and him only. If you post on our public page with hate and you direct it at Jeremy or myself, we are just gonna snap.
Yeah, I'll take all the hate you got. But one thing we want to make a call back here to is, we did the wheel of keep or bench. We would like to know your thoughts on who we should keep and who you would keep and who you would bench as far as mic skills for WWE for wrestlers in general, not WWE wrestlers, but wrestlers in general. If you leave a comment, we'll definitely come back and like it and tell you our opinions, tell you that you suck or that you're okay. But we'd like to hear your interactions and your thoughts on that. With that said, we thank you for watching and enjoy, and we hope you finished with us.